Happy Sunday. I hope all is well with you. I am blessed and highly favored. Just finished having church service, and I wanted to come on here today and give you our words of encouragement, information, and instruction for Sunday, the 13th day of Vlogmas. I hope it has been informative for you. So, as I said yesterday, I wanted to give you today 7 tips for staying focused. In our society today, we have so much available to us. Technology puts everything in our hands. On our iPads, on our phones, we have access to the whole world. I may have over 1,000 books just on this iPad. Notifications from different apps and different people, your phone ringing, the television's playing, the dogs barking, your bills talking, husband not acting right, wife not acting right, children not acting right, job not acting right. Well, or you have deadlines. All of those things can affect your focus. Your focus on where you are going based on the vision that you have received and what do you need to do to get there. So you will find yourself dealing with those things that are screaming the loudest, but they may not be the most important, and they may not be tied to destiny. They may not be tied to your long-term vision, but they are necessary things that you feel you have to do today in your world to continue living your life. So that's why I wanted to bring some tips. I deal with some of those same kind of challenges with staying focused on what I'm doing. And I found ways to overcome those challenges while still getting the necessary things done in life that has to get done. If you don't pay your bills, your lights won't work. Your car won't be sitting in your driveway. If you don't minister to the people you're supposed to minister to, your relationships will fail. So we have to align how we do all those things so that we have them tied to our vision for life and we can understand what is the most important thing. So 7 tips. Number 1, review your why. Why are you doing the things that you're doing, which is tied to your vision and your mission, which is tied to your dreams that we are giving birth to in this season, so that you remember the importance of the things that you need to be doing based on your strategic life plan and the goals that you have set in order to accomplish your strategic life plan. Then spend time visualizing those short and long-term accomplishments that you need to get done and what they are going to look like, how they are going to change your life, how they are going to change other people's lives, so that you can have a clear understanding of the impact of doing those things and also the impact of not doing those things that you need to be doing as you focus on the most important things. And sometimes you hire someone or you get your children or you get some help doing those things that are not essential to where you're going. I know there was a season in my life where I took my clothes and had them laundered every week because I did not have time to wash clothes. Some people get care around the house to help them keep their house in order. Some people hire accountants to do certain things pertaining to their finances. People in business use virtual assistants or hire admins to help them to do some of the non-essential tasks so they can be free to create, free to build the relationships and do the things necessary to run their business. Families, it's very hard sometimes in families to focus on what helps the family to move forward in the vision, because families can get very busy with all of the things that come in school and community. So when the family focuses on their vision, and then they can prioritize on what things they need to do versus what things they can delegate to someone else. So visualize your short and long-term goals, align with your vision for life. And this third one is particularly hard sometimes. When I say this, you may cringe because, let me just say it and then we'll talk about it. Do one thing at a time. And I know so many of us are engaged in multiple paths that where we're conducting business in society and different things. And so you may say, I'm doing all of these things. Well, they might all be in your wheelhouse at one time. But when you sit down to have an intense focus session, whatever is next on your list, block out everything else and focus in on that task. Like right now, in this very moment, I deemed that doing this session was the next thing on my list to get done. Therefore, I have taken everything else off the table. When I finished with church service, I zoomed in on what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it, and I didn't do anything else other than this one thing. Now, that does not mean that this is the only one thing I will get done today, but it is the one thing in that moment that I zoomed in on, focused on, got it done. The opposite of that, and I'm going to give you an example of when I've done this, especially in this virtual world that we're in this year, you can find yourself overwhelmed with opportunities to participate online in various things. Well, I signed up for a weekend conference, and I signed up for it back in March. And at that time, I think it was actually going to be in person. I set goals to attend a certain number of conferences every year. Well, I had it on my calendar, but it didn't show up on my phone. And I signed up for another conference the same weekend. Well, I decided I could go to both of those conferences because I had the technology to do it. I had an iPad and I had a laptop. So I looked at the schedules of each and I picked out which sessions I wanted to attend of each. And I jumped back and forth between those two conferences. In the end, what I walked away with is that wasn't a good use of my time. I would have received more and given more to the participants if I had zeroed in on one of those, prioritized which one is in greater alignment with where I am now and where I'm going, and maybe got the videos, paid for the videos of the other one. And so that's an example of something that I've done that really brought this point home, to focus on one thing at a time. Number 4, prioritize based on your overall strategy. Where you going, how you getting there, what do you need to do right now to keep the ball moving forward. And sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the worm, and sometimes the thing that you need to be doing does not talk or scream. It's just sitting there waiting, but it is a deal breaker that you need to get done. So in your world, you have to figure out what those things are and put them on the priority list to get done right now. Number 5, reduce distractions. Some of the distractions that I have seen with people that I talk to and in my own life: technology, notifications, phone ringing, television on. Those are distractions. And sometimes they might just play in the background and you think that you're working, but maybe they're distracting you, hindering your creativity, or even sometimes blocking your creativity. How about the distractions of people, their pull on you, their request of you, talking with you? I'm all for being there for people. But when you're working your plan, sometimes you need to be alone with you and God and the plan. And you need to take some action and get some things done. And you have to tone some people out, zoom them out, block them out, and get it done. How about your circumstances? We can get so fixated on our problems that it stops us dead in our tracks. The best way to overcome your problems is through bold, courageous action. So when you look at your circumstances and your situations, do not allow your focus to be so totally on the barrier that you can't zoom out and get the bigger picture to understand how big or small that situation is in the overall scheme of things. So that can be a distraction. I have helped people who have been so focused on a particular problem that they could not see all of the resources available to help them work through it. And so you just have to take the time, go back to your why. Why am I here? And what do I need to be focused on? How does this thing that's distracting me hinder my moving forward in my dreams and my vision? And what do I need to do about it today? Is it something I can do about it? Or do I just need to not focus on it right now because I can't change that situation today, but I can affect a change in this area today? And then number 6, I want you to schedule time so that you balance the work that you do, the activities that you're involved in, and reward. So I have a coach, and she makes sure to tell us to always give yourself time for reward and rest. She says, go take a nap. And so I've taken a lot of naps this year, and they really help your forward progress. But by the same token, I am a driver, and I will drive the train until it runs out of gas. So I can get up in the morning, start work at 5:30, work my day job, get off my day job, and then be up until 2 o'clock in the nighttime doing things that I feel are necessary. And I will go until that train runs off the track. I have seen that as something that I need to improve. So now I am trying to work a balance between the two. And you have to see where you are and make improvements to do better. Because if your health is challenged by the way you live your life, you cannot get to your dreams. You'll be dead in the grave, and somebody else will be picking up that baton and moving forward. And then number 7, we often wait until we have made this big accomplishment, until we become a New York Times bestselling author, until we've made $1 million in our business, until we've gotten promoted to VP on our job. We wait until we have manifested that final accomplishment before we celebrate. Well, today I want to end by telling you the way to maintain your focus is to celebrate every step of the way. Every time you hit a milestone, you need to have a celebration. You need to pat yourself on the back, and anyone who's working with you and helping you to achieve those milestones, pat them on the back. Eat some ice cream if you eat ice cream, some, whatever you do to celebrate. Go for a walk, take a nap, read a book, but reward yourself so that you can get up and start moving towards the next item on your list. So that is my advice to you today for 7 things that you can do to focus. That's not all the things that you can do. It's not even the scientific things that you can do. Those are just 7 tips that I have seen that help people to focus on their goals, their vision, and their mission, where they're going. Well, I hope this blessed you. Have a good day. Leave me a comment. Let me know how this helped you. Thank you.